My own interest in photography have always been to try to concentrate on a subject and do it better than it's been done before. My first project really was, and really made me a fairly skilled photographer, was photographing Mission Santa Via del Bac, which is, I think, one of the most beautiful missions in the world. Certainly in the Spanish colonial era, it's, I think, number one. Ansel Adams had photographed that with Nancy Newhall writing the text many, many years ago. And when I became president, I was asked by the people out at the mission if I couldn't get Ansel Adams to republish the book that he and Nancy had done. And I called him and he said, I'd love to, but I can't. I just signed all of my rights to Little Brown, and Little Brown has publication rights for everything I've done. That includes the mission book. And they just won't sell enough to make it a justifiable kind of adventure for Little Brown. Why don't you go ahead and do a book on it? And I was a little taken aback because I didn't think I was that good, but I said, all right, I'll give it a try. I knew how to use a 4x5 camera, and decided I was going to do it with the one understanding that I was not going to take any of the pictures that Ansel had taken during his work. So in 1975, I began going out to the mission, photographing day in and day out. I got to know the friars out there. They gave me a key to the mission, so I was able to come out at night when no one else was there, set up lights, and began photographing statuary and everything else. And it was a way I learned how to do portrait photography, because these statues didn't complain about posing endlessly, and I'd go home, develop the film, and if it didn't look right, I'd come back and do it again the next night. And over a period of months then, I accumulated about 300 photographs I've taken of the mission. And that led to a book on Mission Santa Via del Bac. And it was a wonderful learning experience for me, because I really got intensely involved with a single project and got to be fairly good at it. I created a portfolio and showed it to Ansel, and one of the photographs he looked at and said, gosh, I wish I'd taken that. And that made me feel really good. That became a way of working for me. As we talked earlier, I then got involved in photographing the Tarahumara Indians, and then the Tohono O'odham folks. And about 12 years ago, we moved out to the east end of town. And I consider myself a black and white photographer. And there's a cactus farm right around the corner from where our home was. So I began going out there and getting to know the people and taking pictures of cactus flowers, plants. And then these silly things began to bloom, and I have never seen colors as spectacular as those. And I said, oh gosh, I can't do this in black and white. I've got to start photographing these in color. And so I began photographing over the course of several years cactus flowers in bloom. And pretty soon I had 200 or 300 or 400 species of various cacti that I photographed under various circumstances. And I said, gosh, this is a lot of material. It's time to put together a book. And so that's how Desert Illuminated came into being. It's published with the folks at the Arizona Sonora Desert Museum, and it's been a great success. My current project is really to I've got a couple thousand black and white 4x5 negatives and some 5x7s and 8x10s, and I really owe it to myself to go through and print up the good ones, preserve them, and get them in the places that where they should be. For example, I've got a really thorough study of Santa Via that I did in 1975 with lots of really good photographs of that. And those things belong in special collections, because 100 years from now somebody's going to be wondering what the mission looked like way back when. So I want to print up those pictures, and I'm right now debating whether to make platinum prints out of them or gelatin silver. They're all black and white. I want to keep going through my work and making sure that what I consider the best stuff, there's a good print or two of it around, A, for my kids, and B, for the university or whoever might want some of this stuff. So I think that's going to occupy myself for a while.